This charge, $2,843. For an out-of-network anesthesiologist, you never chose this doctor. You never met them. Yet here it is on a statement from an in-network hospital dated April 17, 2023. The patient paid it. They did not know the law. The law says the hospital never should have sent it. The law is the No Surprises Act, effective January 1st, 2022, and this bill is Exhibit A in a case that is not closed. It is not even fully investigated. It is happening right now in mailboxes across the country every single day. This is not a billing error, it is a billing strategy. According to research from the Georgetown Center on Health Insurance Reforms and Counterforce Health, hospitals are systematically sending charges that federal law explicitly prohibits. The patient opens the envelope, sees the number, and pays. They assume the bill is legitimate. They assume the hospital knows the rules. That assumption is the foundation on which this illegal revenue stream is built. Tonight, we open the file. We name the prohibited charges. We show you what the hospital does not want you to see, and we give you the number that makes them answer for it. Start with the crime. Balance billing. When you go to a hospital, your insurance pays a negotiated rate. The hospital may charge more. The gap between the sticker price and the insurance payment is the balance. Before 2022, in many situations, the provider could send you a bill for that gap. The No Surprises Act closed that door. It bans balance billing for emergency services and for certain out-of-network providers who work inside an in-network facility. The law was written because patients had no control. In an emergency, you do not shop for a radiologist. During surgery, you do not interview anesthesiologists. The law recognizes that. It says you are only responsible for your in-network cost sharing. The rest is between the provider and the insurer. The hospital cannot bill you the difference. That is the law. And yet, here's Exhibit A, a hospital that knew the law, an insurer that processed the claim, and a patient statement that includes a line item for $2,843, the exact type of charge the Act forbids. Georgetown and Counterforce Health have documented that this is not rare. Their reports indicate that a significant percentage of in-network hospitals are still sending these bills. The patient pays because the bill looks official. The hospital counts on that. The hospital counts on your fear of collections, your confusion, your silence. Let's break that silence. Let's go department by department, charge by charge. There are 7 specific fees you should never have to pay. The first, that you're born in the emergency department. You arrive at the ER. Your hospital is in your insurance network. You are treated. You go home. Weeks later, a bill arrives. You assume the ER doctors were in network. They often are not. The emergency physician group may be a separate company. The anesthesiologist who managed your pain may bill independently. The radiologist who read your CT scan may have no contract with your insurer. Under the No Surprises Act, none of that matters. The law covers you because you came through the emergency department. The hospital cannot balance bill you for these services. Yet Exhibit A shows exactly these line items. Return to the statement. Fee 1, the emergency physician. On Exhibit A, it is listed as emergency department physician, amount $2043. The insurance paid their allowed amount. The hospital billed the remaining balance to the patient. That is a violation. Fee 2, the anesthesiologist. On a separate line, $4,100. The same pattern. Insurance paid part, the patient is billed the rest. Fee 3, the radiologist, $1,950. The patient never met this doctor, never chose them. The law says the charge is void. It should not exist, yet here it is in black ink, demanding payment. Look closely at your own medical statements. If you see a charge from a provider you never selected during an emergency visit, and the bill is for the balance after insurance, that line is presumptively illegal. You're looking at evidence of a prohibited practice, and it doesn't stop in the ER. For patients who are admitted, 3 more specialists can generate bills that the law now blocks. These providers work behind the scenes. You never see them. You never sign a consent form. Yet their names appear on your statement months later. Open the inpatient file. Before the pathologist. A biopsy is taken during surgery. It goes to a lab. The pathologist examines the tissue. You are never told their name. You are not asked to choose one. If that pathologist is out of network, the No Surprises Act forbids balance billing. Yet patients routinely receive statements with a line for pathology and a charge of $3,200, sometimes more. Exhibit A includes such a line. The insurance processed it. The hospital billed the difference. That is against the law. Fee 5, the lab technician. Blood work, urine analysis cultures. The person processing these samples may work for a contracted lab company. If that lab is out of network, the Act protects you. The patient should pay only the in-network cost share. But on Exhibit A, the lab balance bill is $890. The patient paid it. They didn't know. Fee 6, the neonatologist. A baby arrives early. The newborn goes to the NICU. The neonatologist is a specialist you never selected. They might be from an outside group. If the hospital is in network, the neonatologist's balance bill is prohibited, yet the bills arrive. $5,400 on one statement we reviewed. The parents, already overwhelmed, open the envelope and see a number that defies explanation. They assume it is their responsibility. The hospital does not correct that assumption. The law says the hospital should never have sent that bill. 6 fees now identified: emergency physician, anesthesiologist, radiologist, pathologist, lab technician, neonatologist. All out of network, all inside an in-network hospital, all prohibited. But there's a 7th fee. It is the one hospitals fight hardest to keep, because it is often the most expensive surprise, and it happens during surgery. You are scheduled for an operation. Your surgeon is in network. You confirm that. You do everything right. But during the procedure, the surgeon needs an assistant. That assistant may be a physician or a surgical specialist you never meet. They bill separately. They may not participate in your insurance plan. The No Surprises Act covers this. The patient cannot be balanced billed for an out-of-network assistant surgeon if the facility is in network and the patient did not consent with proper notice, yet the bills keep coming. Fee 7 is the assistant surgeon charge. On Exhibit A, it is $6,300. The main surgeon's fees were covered. The assistant's fee was not fully paid by insurance. The hospital billed the balance to the patient. That is illegal. The surgery team is a black box. The hospital relies on that opacity. They know you cannot ask questions while under anesthesia. They know the bill will arrive weeks later after the pain and the recovery. They are counting on you to be too tired to fight. Don't be. Now you have the full list. 7 fees. 7 charges that federal law says you do not owe. But knowing is only half the weapon. The question is, what do you do when you find one of these on a bill? The first answer is a phone number. The federal government established the No Surprises Helpdesk. It is run by the Department of Health and Human Services. The number is 800-985-3059. That is 800-985-3059. When you call, you file a complaint. You tell them you received a balance bill for a service covered by the No Surprises Act. They will ask for the billing statement, your insurance explanation of benefits, and details of the visit. The help desk can investigate. They can contact the provider. They can trigger an independent dispute resolution process in certain cases. Let me be direct about what the help desk cannot do. It cannot guarantee an instant refund. Federal enforcement is still developing. But every complaint creates a record. It puts the hospital on notice. It tells the provider that you know the law and you are not an easy target. Patients who challenge these bills often see them reduced or eliminated. The system was built for the informed. Become informed. Some states are now waiting for federal enforcement to get stronger. Florida just gave patients a new hammer. In 2023, the state passed Senate Bill 1808. It takes effect January 1st, 2026. This law requires medical facilities to refund any overpayment within 30 days. If they don't, the penalty is $500 per day per violation. That penalty is payable to the patient. Put that on a spreadsheet. A hospital delays a refund of $6,300 for 60 days. That is 30 days past the deadline. The penalty is $15,000 on top of the refund itself. The financial incentive flips. Suddenly, the hospital's billing department wants to resolve your case quickly. For Florida patients, a simple letter citing Senate Bill 1808 may trigger a fast resolution. Other states are watching. Similar legislation is being drafted. The patchwork is growing, but you don't need to wait for your state to act. You have the federal law now. You have the phone number. You have the checklist. Let's turn Exhibit A into that checklist. Look at the patient statement one more time. All 7 prohibited line items are circled. Emergency physician, anesthesiologist, radiologist, pathologist, lab technician, neonatologist, assistant surgeon. 7 charges. Total balance billed over $23,000. Every single one of them is illegal under the No Surprises Act. The patient paid thousands before they knew. But you know now. The emotional reframe is this: you thought the bill was final. The law says it was never legal to send. The hospital does not want you to know that. They want you to believe the amount on the statement is what you owe. They count on your silence. The business model depends on it. The average surprise bill is around $1,200. Multiply that across thousands of patients. You begin to see the scale of the revenue stream. It is not an accident, it is a calculation. Your response is simple. When you receive a hospital bill, look for these 7 categories. Check if the provider was out of network. Check if the visit was an emergency or at an in-network facility. If you see a balance bill that matches these conditions, do not pay it. Instead, call your insurance company. Tell them you believe this is a violation of the No Surprises Act. Ask them to reprocess the claim. Then call the help desk, 800-985-3059. File the complaint. If you are in Florida, mention Senate Bill 1808 and request a refund within 30 days. You can also contact your state attorney general's office. Many AGs are actively investigating these practices. The system relies on patient ignorance, but awareness is spreading. Every complaint filed makes it harder for hospitals to pretend they didn't know. Every patient who refuses to pay a penny of an illegal bill shrinks the revenue stream. The No Surprises Act is only paper until people enforce it. You are the enforcement mechanism. This case is not closed. The illegal billing continues. But you now have the evidence inventory. You have the forensic toolkit. The next time a medical statement lands in your mailbox, you will see it differently. You will scan for the 7 forbidden line items. You will circle them in red. And you will know, with the certainty of federal law, that you owe nothing, not a single cent. The hospital is counting on your ignorance. You just took that weapon away from them. Exhibit A is not just a bill anymore, it is a checklist. 7 fees, all crossed out. All illegal. Keep it. Use it. And the next time someone tells you there's nothing you can do about a medical bill, tell them the case is already open. And you have the law on your side.